Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Griggs, and welcome back to Griggs Talks, where we talk all things sports. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another United Talk. It's been about a week, obviously. Last time we saw each other was after the Chelsea game. I did it pre-recorded, obviously. Um, Talked about that game, and since then we played the great PAOK of Thessaloniki. Obviously, I wasn't able to watch yesterday's game live, so we had to watch the highlights and stuff like that. We watched the full game this morning. And we're going to talk about my conclusions and obviously some other United news, like the full squad being completely healthy, 100% healthy. And also the last game of Ruben Van Nistelrooy this weekend against Leicester City, the first game. And then also a look ahead to Ruben Amorim, who officially begins his United job as of Monday morning. So we're 3 days away from that. So we're going to talk about that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe as you join in here and stuff like that. And yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, United finally won a European match for the first time in, I think, almost a year. Or it might have been over a year. Obviously, the last one was against Copenhagen. We all know the famous UCL crash out under Erik ten Hag. And then, obviously, the first 3 Europa League games were draws. And United finally broke the duck. And funny enough, it happened to be against a Greek team, which is funny to me. Thankfully, it wasn't Olympiacos. It was PAOK. But, yeah, and then United won 2-0. But it wasn't the easiest of performances. It wasn't the most dominant performances, but of course there was one standout amongst that performance in Amad Diallo. And y'all know me, y'all know how big of a fan of I am Amad, and I'm actually really tight that I missed an Amad performance. I missed a brace. How unlucky that is. Big up Griggs. Have you thought about starting coaching? That costs a lot of money, unfortunately, to be a coach. So unfortunately we'll not be doing that, but it would be nice. But I also don't. I'm not gonna lie. I probably don't have the person-to-person skills to be a coach because it's not just about knowledge. It's about like relation skills and stuff like that. And I'm not the easiest person when it comes to that, so probably not. But I appreciate the kind words. But yeah, man, I missed the Amad Diallo brace. I'm tight about that, but it is what it is. I was able to watch the highlights. Obviously, watch the full game back, and then I happened to text in an American Waffle group chat that Amad's the best player in the world. Wasn't taken kindly, but nice little shamelessness. It's always nice to be shameless, but it's good to see Amad. It's also good to see Amad start, and that hopefully is what we saw yesterday. Just a teaser of what we're gonna see with Amad under Ruben Amorim, because we obviously have high hopes for Amad under Amorim now that Ten Hag is gone. Finally, will we be able to see Amad kind of freed from the shackles of United coaching? Will we actually finally see him get a proper opportunity at United jersey? Because it always eats at me that we have such a talented player, yet I don't even think he has 25 United appearances, like stars like this, like that. So for me, that's absolutely crazy. Well, a player of his caliber, and his quality is not able to play. Has not had such a good platform at United. When you look at some of the other players that we have had at United, we have one right now, obviously in Garnacho. I'm not going to try to hate on the kid and stuff like that, but I want to see him platform better. And under Amorim, hopefully, theoretically, it should work on compared to the players that you've seen play under Amorim. Like you have your Francisco Trincao, you have your Marcus Edwards, you have your Pedro Goncalves. Amad's kind of a similar ilk, so theoretically, it should be looking good. And yeah, obviously, I haven't recorded in a week, so obviously, also Amorim had that 4-1 win against Manchester City in the Champions League. It was a crazy week in Champions League, obviously. And Amorim was part of that craziness as his Sporting dismantled Manchester City. I wasn't gonna really take too much stock in that performance. I think Amorim even said it himself. That is not the way that Manchester United are gonna play. He wants Manchester United to be much more attacking and have much more of the ball than Sporting had in that game. I think they ended up having like 27% possession. So not really a game that you can take a lot of stock of. You're like, it looked good. It showed that maybe he has a little bit of versatility in his coaching tactics. He can park a bus. He can coach a good transition counterattack system, stuff like that. Which, at the end of the day, when he talks about needing United to play different than the way Sporting did, let's be real. Come Manchester Derby, right? I think in a month's time when Amorim is here, more than likely he's probably going to coach that game against City the same way that he coached it for Sporting. This is probably not going to be much of a difference, but I understand the sentiment that he was trying to say, and I really appreciate it. It's a lot different than what certain Dutch people were saying, and they're kind of like pre-interviews when they were coming to United. As someone said, we're not going to play my way and stuff like that. And I like Amorim saying that I need to also improve as a coach in this kind of specific way of improving that as an attacking team and having more of the ball. He's Portuguese, right? So Portuguese coaches are always known for being a slightly bit pragmatic. It's nice for him to also take already accountability and talk about wanting to improve as a coach, because other people just have egos, and because they want to Carabao Cup and FA Cup, they think they're the next greatest thing. So it is what it is. But yeah, more on Amorim later, obviously, as we look forward to his era, which starts on Monday. But back to yesterday's game, Ahmad, amazing performance. One thing I noticed that Dalo and Mazraoui kind of switched fullbacks positions again. I kept seeing Mazraoui a little pop up more on the right. Maybe because Garnacho was on the left. That's an interesting tweet, because obviously this week you saw Mazraoui and Rashford kind of post each other. That nice little move that Rashford had against Gusto last weekend. It's a shame that we only got to see about 25 minutes of Mazraoui and Rashford on the left-hand side. It looked like really good. And obviously we're talking about a certain left-footed left back in the squad. As Stan kind of alludes to, full squad back for Ipswich. A certain person is back. But yeah, it's good to see Rashford finally having a fullback that kind of understands him on a wavelength when it comes to overlapping and underlapping. But we only got to see 20 minutes of it because then Garnacho somehow pulled seniority, even though he's not even the senior, and switched back to the left. But obviously Rashford didn't start yesterday. I think he had a race for fitness and he was not 100% fit. So Garnacho, Højlund, Ahmad was the front three. It was okay. From what I saw, PAOK had their chances. There was one sitter that they missed. I think it was Tyson. I'm gonna be real. When it comes to Ruben Amorim, he needs to leave when Amorim comes in. I've seen his comments. No disrespect to Rude, but he sounds like a guy that's ready for a head coaching job. And I'm not gonna lie, as an incoming coach in terms of Amorim, having someone in your backroom staff that kind of has that mentality as a new coach, probably not the wisest of decisions. So one second. One second, guys. Just gotta answer a text. My bad, guys. I have to answer text messages because today's my name day. If you're Greek or if you're Orthodox, you understand we have we're named after saints, so today's my that. But big up my boy Andy as well. Hey, what's up? What's up? But yeah, back to the stuff. As an incoming coach, Amorim, having someone like a Rude, that mentality, probably not the wisest decisions. Might cause a little bit of a baker in a way, and kind of always have to look over your shoulder and stuff like that. Who's also was not part of his backroom staff. He wasn't the coach when Rude got hired and stuff like that. So probably best for Rude to part ways. I understand that he also talked about having an ambition to be United head coach one day, which in my opinion, I don't think he has that level of coaching, because Rude got given an opportunity, right? He got given basically 4 games, which is I think one more than Carrick got given. Obviously only had like 3 months and stuff like that, but Rude got given 4 games. Especially 2 games in particular in terms of a Leicester Carabao Cup and a PAOK Europa League, even though it was a must-win yesterday in this way. So maybe not yesterday's game as much. But I got given an opportunity to change things up, right? Look a little bit different than Ten Hag, kind of like a head coaching audition, stuff like that, maybe for the future. And in my opinion, he failed, because at least under Michael Carrick, you saw Michael Carrick make bold decisions. Like first game, Villarreal, UCL, a game United needed to win to clinch the group. You saw Michael Carrick bench Bruno Fernandes. 3 days later, you saw against Chelsea at the Bridge, must-win game for United, or at least a game that United cannot lose because they were slipping in the top 4 race, right? You saw him drop Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, as an interim, as a former teammate of the guy, by the way, as well. Michael Carrick, obviously, compared to Ronaldo, dropping to him in a Big 6 game, did that. And then obviously, Carrick's amazing coaching performance at against, I think it was Arsenal at Old Trafford. He didn't really make any bold decisions, but it was just a good performance. But you saw Michael Carrick make those kind of decisions. Ruud van Nistelrooy pretty much just copy-pasted Ten Hag tactics. The only difference was that United players were a little bit more motivated and enthusiastic and stuff like that. That's the only difference. In terms of the plan, it was the same shit. I'm going to be real. There was nothing different. Nothing changed. They didn't even play an academy kid against Leicester, like when we were up like 5-2 and stuff like that. Nothing bold. You basically got a free hit here to be as bold as you like. You have like given the full reins. He didn't do anything. He basically just copied Ten Hag. And that for me would scare me as a potential like Rude fan as a coach and stuff like that. Because I was like, yo, let me see Rude do something, right? Because obviously I heard good things about him from PSV, but I'm gonna be real, man. When it comes to Dutch coaches, if your name's not Arnie Slot, it might be cooked for you. And even Arnie Slot, I'm obviously gonna give him the credit how good he's done for Liverpool, but maybe it's the squad that makes him that look that good and stuff like that. We don't know, but these Dutch coaches, something serious about them, man. Amorim is not starting this weekend. He starts Monday. It's his first day in the office. Obviously it'll be international break, so he won't have too many of his starters. I'm trying to think of like what starters he'll have with him. I don't think Maguire got called up for England. Leny Yoro obviously didn't get called up for France, so that's good. Luke Shaw didn't get called up for England. Rashford did not get called up for England. When Ahmad Garnacho are probably gone. Midfield, Casemiro will be there. Ugarte will probably go to Uruguay. Bruno's obviously going to go to Portugal. So it'll be a little mix and match on what players stay back and stuff like that. So we'll see. So the only thing that sucks is I kind of wish a lot of United players didn't go to international break because it would have been nice for them for 2 weeks of full training, no games for the coach to kind of get acclimated to the squad and players kind of get used to the system. We're kind of going to be a little bit on the fly after international break. Thankfully, no disrespect to Ipswich. I know how much I love Ipswich, but it's not the hardest of games for United. So hopefully they'll still be able to. But it'll be a tough game regardless because Kieran McKenna is a top coach as well. But it's good from United from that perspective. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on Rude. It's just really interesting. But yeah, man, I'm not really going to take too much stock from the performances under Rude for the players because at the end of the day, it's going to be a complete different system. And it's at this point, it's just theory about who we think will perform. I'm interested to see what Amorim kind of does with the midfield and the attack. The attack is the big question mark, right? Who's gonna play where? Because you have pretty much, I'd say Ahmad, Garnacho, Rashford, Højlund, Bruno. You have let's put those 5 for right now, right? You have 5 players vying for 3 spots. If you want to add Mason Mount, potentially, in my opinion, because I think he'll be playing in that kind of spot. You have 6 players vying for 3 spots, right? I'm interested to see who plays where because I've seen today. I saw some people say, "Yo, what if he goes to Rashford at the 9, and then Bruno and Ahmad as the 10s, right behind the striker," which is an interesting theory. I personally don't like it. I don't want to see any iteration of Rashford at the 9 right now. I think if I see Rashford at the 9, I might crash out because, again, out of position. You gotta play to your players' strengths at the end of the day. Your players, you gotta play to their strengths. And I think Marcus Rashford's strength is clearly as a left wing. So why not play him there? Play him at the left wing or left 10, whatever the hell you want to call it. And just play on the left hand side. Let's see what happens. The biggest concern, obviously, right now for Amorim will be who will be the wing backs. Because if you guys did see the game against City for Sporting, you saw the wing backs and how dynamic it looked, especially that Quenda kid, right? Who I think United might be linked to now. Kind of an easy link, but I think United will also link with him in the summer, so you never know. I'm not a big fan of managers going to their ex club and picking players, but the one exception I would make from Sporting would not be Gyökeres, as good as he looks. It would be that right wing back, bro. He looks absolutely cool because not only can he play the right wing back role, he could also play that right side role. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon about how everyone's literally back in training. It's a full fit squad, and it's interesting how certain people got fit at this time. Luke Shaw, big up Staffy Griggs. Give it up, man. See the Staffy guy, bro. The definition of give it up. But yeah, man. What was I talking about? How would it fit with Amorim? I want Araujo. That's the left-handed side, right, guy? Yeah. Nah, bro. Sporting have a good squad, man. There's a reason why. First of all, they're 10 for 10 in the league. I think they're top 3 in the UCL league table rankings and stuff like that, beating Manchester City in the process. Amorim won the league last year. They have a good squad. They have a good coach, obviously, hopefully. But we'll see. I'm not a fan of going back, even though I do think the Portuguese league transitions a little bit better than the Eredivisie in the Premier League. I do think that. I don't want to go there. I think there's too many talented players out there in the world that you don't have to always go back to your ex and stuff like that. So I would leave that club alone for the time being, as well as that club has treated us for over 20 years now, right? Ronaldo, Nani, Bruno, hopefully Amorim, a little sprinkle of Marcos Rojo in there as well, right? The club has treated us well. So but then again, Ajax had treated us well, and then look what happened now. So you never know. But Yeah, but speaking of squad, let's actually talk about it. Amorim, unless injuries happen during international break, knock on wood, that they don't happen, um, we'll have a full squad to pick from against Ipswich. That's crazy. Most clubs do not have that luxury in November of all times. But United had a lot of preseason injuries, a lot of people that weren't fit to start the season, a couple players that picked up early injuries as well. But he will have a full squad. And when we talk about having a full squad back, there's in my opinion, there's two names specifically that you have to mention that are back and they're in the title: Luke Shaw and Leny Yoro. Obviously, we'll get to Luke Shaw later. As for Leny Yoro, obviously featured in preseason, we all as fans got gas. The marquee signing of the summer, the statement signing of the summer, the one that gave all United fans hope. Leny Yoro as a center back was finally fit. I don't know if he's gonna play on Sunday, but he probably should play against Ipswich. And Leny Yoro is the only player in the squad that was lucky enough to actually not play a single match that really counted under Eric Ten Hag. So he has no Eric Ten Hag tax on him. He had the Ten Hagatitis or whatever, however you want to call it. He has none of that within him. It's literally a fresh start for him at United. And thankfully, it's coming under a coach who will play a back three system, which will, in my opinion, benefit Leny Yoro, and a coach like Amorim who has developed players like Diomande, whose name has always been a hot commodity. Gonçalo Inacio, another one. Have veterans like Sebastian Coates and stuff like that at Sporting. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm excited, obviously, to watch Leny Yoro play. He was obviously the crown jewel of the United summer window, which was a little bit lackluster, but he was the one that gave everyone hope. So I can't wait to see him play. And in my opinion, a guy that United had needed back for a while now, because no disrespect to United center backs, but they're not always the most consistent. He's meant to be that one. And obviously, he'll take time. He's going to have to get used to a completely different league now. Obviously, Premier League. He's not used to this league. He's coming back from injury. I don't want United to rush him too much. I don't want United to have him play every single game, right? Ease him in. He's 18. No time. There's no reason for United to go crazy with him. And the good thing about having a back three is you can have different center backs and that you can play a little bit more, right? You can play Lindelof maybe a little bit, couple games more because the protection of the system. So, yeah, man. Big up a couple more people joining. Big up Jamerson said, Yoro Delict Martinez, who will be there. Iskandar said Ipswich after international break, right? Yes, Ipswich is after international break. Big up Lieutenant General JJ in the building. Miles, big up Miles as well. Also, Luke Shaw can't trick me. We're gonna talk about him, but yeah, man, I can't wait to watch Leny Yoro play. It's a position that we don't really need to watch play center back. You know, you don't turn on the television, right, and watch a football match and be like, yo, I need to watch the center back. But that's what it's gonna be like with Leny Yoro, right? Because we're so excited. As for the other guy coming back, Luke Shaw, Alberto Carlos. He has many nicknames. Some we cannot say. Only two people have like the video. Yeah, frauds, man. Frauds, man. But probably Ten Hag in here still. But Luke Shaw is back. Obviously, Luke Shaw, similar to Leny Yoro, has not played this season. He rushed back for the Euros, had discomfort after. Obviously, Luke Shaw has been injured plenty of times for United. I just find it fascinating that all of a sudden Ten Hag is gone and this guy got off the couch and he's like, yo, I'm ready. Especially considering what video game came out last week. Interesting. Or 2 weeks ago, might I say. But yeah, it's interesting with Luke Shaw. Obviously, the most unique thing about Luke Shaw, and I think his case is a little bit more topic discussable than a Yoro, is because we don't know where Luke Shaw is gonna play. That's the issue, right? Is Amorim gonna go right up to Luke Shaw and be like, yo, profile wise, I don't really see you as my left wing back. Maybe I see you as a left center back. But then, what does that mean for Lisandro Martinez, right? Or maybe he plays Lisandro Martinez central center back, right? But then what does that mean for Matthijs de Ligt? So it's interesting. Personally, I'd play Luke Shaw left center back in this role. I don't see him as a wing back. Luke Shaw probably hasn't been a wing back type of player since he broke his leg 8 years ago now. as a left center back in the back three, the times that I saw him play that role under Ole, and I'm talking about this is when Luke Shaw was probably still a left back comfortably. He was really good. Yeah, JJ, at the end of the day, it might not even mean much because he might not stay fit, but you never know, right? Luke Shaw is weird, but I do think left center back would be a good role for him. And in my opinion, I I think he could maybe do a better role than Licha potentially. I don't know. But I think the Amorim is gonna have a tough task in a way because while United's team might fit the 3-back attacking wise, maybe, right? He has those kind of players. Defensively, and maybe in the midfield part, I think this is gonna be the toughest transition for Ruben Amorim, the players that he plays in those certain positions, because I think United squad doesn't maybe always kind of isn't tailor-made for that yet. Because, for example, we don't have wingbacks, right? All three of our fullbacks are not wingbacks. Dallow's not a wingback in my opinion. Mazraoui and Shaw are definitely not wingbacks in my opinion, right? So how does that fit? Malacia might be a wingback. Obviously, he's also back as well. But I think he's gonna get eased in a lot more than a Shaw or a Yoro because his injury, he's been injured for over a year now. So he's had a lengthy layoff from football. I honestly I didn't even remember what Malacia plays like. Being dead ass. So we'll see. But it'll be interesting to see who plays where. Because for example, Mazraoui has arguably him and Onana have been United's most consistent players this season. But Mazraoui now doesn't have a role. So where does he play, right? Where does Mazraoui play? Because he's not a wing back. Can he play center back? We'll see. That's the concern. And yeah, man. That was a wing back. Played there at his old club. That was a long time ago, though. That was 6 years ago. I don't really see Dallow's game as a wingback. Obviously, compared to the other two, he's much more tailor-made to a wingback. But at the end of the day, I still view him as a back four kind of guy. But that's just me, though. That's just me. Because when I think wingback, I think of DeMarco. I think of Theo Hernandez. I think of Alphonso Davies. I think of like a Reece James, right, under Tuchel. A Ben Chilwell. That when I think of wingback, I think of those kind of players. I don't think Dallo is that kind of player. He could be though, under the coaching and stuff like that. You never know, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see where Mazraoui plays. The midfield, who will be the midfield too? Because now you have different kind of players vying for. Yeah, hopefully. Mazraoui should have that, but what a player, by the way. Yo, thank you, Bayern Munich. We all know why Bayern sold him, right? We're not gonna say why Bayern sold him, but we all know why. And this was a blessing for Manchester United, man. What a player, bro. What an absolute technician of a player, man. Beautiful. But the midfield's another one, right? Who's gonna play where? I think Mainu's back. So Mainu theoretically should be having one of the two spots, right? Who's gonna play next to Mainu? Is it gonna be Uncle Cass? Or is it gonna be, or is Amorim gonna go to old reliable for himself, which is Ugarte, a guy that he coached, right? Obviously, Ugarte, the less said, the better. Bro, I wanted to be wrong about him, but at the end of the day, when you know, that guy's not good. We all know why we signed him, in order to get a certain other player, but he's just not good for Manchester United. I don't think he was worth the money. Clearly, honestly, he might be the most. That's gonna sound so harsh, but he might be the least talented player I've seen United sign in a long time, bro. Because like even Anthony, he had something to warrant. And I think there's another thing of this, right? When United signed Anthony, like Ajax fans were sad to see him go. When Ugarte left PSG, was anyone sad to see him go? I'm gonna be real. Was anyone at all sad to see him go in Paris? Nah, bro. I really don't. So yeah, man, and I think I said this too, and this was crazy coming from me in the summer because you guys know I'm not the craziest fan of Casemiro, but I said, are we sure Ugarte is better than Casemiro? Are we sure? I asked that question. We seen them play together. Who's looked better? In my opinion, Casemiro. They did sign him for the high Luis Enrique, but even then, bro, he just doesn't look like I don't understand. Maybe Amorim makes him look usable and stuff like that, right? He makes him look feasible. But at the end of the day, for the price that we paid for him, and like Miles mentioned, we funded Joao Neves, who, by the way, could have been a perfect player in this system. It's crazy for me. So when I look at it, I'm like, It was a bad signing by Ineos, but we'll see. Obviously, we'll see what happens. Yeah, that is downgraded. Thankfully, we'll probably fix it in the summer. But yeah, man. Just opinion. Let's go through the lineup right here. We'll try to go through all the comments. Goalkeeper Onana, center back Yoro, center back Leny, center back Licha, right wing back Maza, left wing back Anthony, two center mids Ugarte Cass, 2 10s Menu Diallo, striker Hoyland. I like the front three. I actually want to see what I'm interested to see where Menu plays long term in the Amorim system, right? In my opinion, it still is the 8, but he might get some games at the 10, right? I don't like that midfield pivot. I think when you look at Amorim, he needs one controller and one destroyer. The midfield you mentioned has 2 quote unquote destroyers, no controller. Left wing back Anthony. We all joke around stuff like that. It'd be interesting, but we'll see. Right wing back Mazraoui. I don't know if this was because of the play that he had, but it looks like Amorim wants wrong-footed wing back on the right hand side, Quenda, and then like a left. So interesting from that perspective, but yeah, man. Well, it's not a bad lineup, but I don't like that midfield. Center back solid though. Did you see the overweight comp claims by Xerxes for rejected by Ten Hag? Well, Ten Hag wanted him, and he's whatever, man. As for Xerxes, we'll see at the end of the day, right? We'll see. Finally, John Neves, Jean Mendes will crumble. Watching Sporting on Tuesday, the difference between the athleticism and technical quality and ball carrying versus us on Thursday was laughable. Yeah, at the end of the day, midfield, and even attack, wing back, like that, stuff like that. It will take a while for Amorim to adjust, but hopefully the ceiling of the system is good. And one thing Amorim has for him going is he's got a world-class academy right underneath him when he comes here. Yo, I saw the UEFA Youth League highlights. Yo, Sekou Kone. Chat. I asked a question on Twitter. What's the ETA looking like? I had some people tell me preseason. I had some people tell me March, February. We'll see, but he looks tidy as hell too. So, just Fitzgerald, yeah, a bunch of players. I think if Amorim trusts the academy and stuff like that, United will be just fine. As well as also signing quality on the transfer market. I didn't think we could. Big up, Uthman. Guarte is the first professional passer that underhits every pass. What a terrible player, man. Absolutely, what a terrible player. Big on my boy Tariq as well. Anthony at left wing back is wild work. Hey, man. You never know. I don't want to see him there. It'd be funny to see him there, but long term, I don't want to see him there. Cast's agenda must stop. Yeah, I laid off on Uncle Cass, bro. I'm just let Uncle Cass do his thing, bro. It's probably his final season here. He's been solid. Casemiro might have been a case of Eric Ten Hag is a criminal. You never know, right? That pivot will be interesting. You need higher work rate in that system. Yeah, I do agree. It'll be interesting, that midfield. It really would. But yeah, man. Nah, type shit, yo. He is a midget. Like he's like 5'8", 5'9". But he's still growing, so we'll see. No, it's not. It's not crazy athletic. But you also have to see relative to the competition, right? They don't need to be that athletic in the Portuguese league. In the Premier League, in that system, with the amount of gaps that Amorim leaves, you're gonna need athletes. So it's kind of relative, right? Jason Shield has a plan for us. We pray. Because like speaking of that, interesting about Amorim was, right? Because Amorim actually played the 6, which I didn't know. Because I knew Amorim was a footballer, but I wasn't like, I was younger when he was playing and stuff like that, even though he was playing like 2017 for Benfica. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right? He was a 6, which helps my theory of, if you were a 6 as a coach, solid works, right? He said his ideal 6 is Sergio Busquets type, right? When he played the position, like that's the guy he looked up to. Yet, during his time in Sporting specifically, right? I don't know about the Braga days, but Sporting specifically, his 6s for the most part have been destroyers. Ugarte, Joao Palhinha, Hoyland is more of the maybe of a Busquets, but kind of also the destroyer. So it's interesting to see how he will approach that position for United, because if he talks about wanting to be a more dominant attacking team, theoretically, would mean that you kind of go more the Busquets type of 6, which would then fit someone like a Jace Fitzgerald, for example. So that's an interesting way to look at it, right? I never got the SA links, but in the system, I can definitely see it. Yeah, I see. I think we could do it. Yo, if any somehow we can get Kvaratskhelia, man. Or even Rafael Yao against Madrid was movies, man. Will can hold that, by the way. Sekou Kono, bro. AFCON is saving United, bro. Amad Diallo, hopefully Sekou Kone. Tiny. Big up Jacko, Great Junior Football watching from Ireland, United. Big up the boys from Ireland, man. Even though Greece only on football, but it's okay. Still show me some love though. Didn't Sam chat cooking you when he said Ugarte. Well, no disrespect to Sam, but yeah. I know my bowlers, man. I know my bowlers. Yeah. It's just simple as that. I know who I know more about it, and I know what I saw with Ugarte. The eyes are. I actually liked Ugarte a little bit when he was at Sporting and stuff like that, right? And I don't think he's a terrible player. But what I saw at PSG made me realize that in the top level in the Premier League, it's just not gonna fly. It's gonna have to be a crazy system, and it's gonna have to be a creating hiding session from the coach to hide him. So, yeah. Cassie's been Casemiro might be the best final third DM I've ever seen in my life, bro. And no one ever played a better first time cross than Casemiro. On God, bro. On job, man. Cassie agenda's on hold, fresh start on there. Yeah, of course. Well, the only people that are not getting fresh starts are everyone's getting a fresh start, right? But I have my opinions on players. And it's really up to Amorim and the players themselves to prove me wrong. But I have my opinion. I have my pre-notions on who I think is good and who's not. So we'll see. Ugarte and Casemiro can work in big games, but I want to see Casemiro and Eriksen personally. I think Eriksen can work in the Amorim system. I look at that like controller player. It'll be interesting. But end of the day, though, yeah. You think they bring anyone in from Christmas transfer window? United need to sign a fullback in the winter. They need to sign one. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's you have to call back Alvaro. The only way I accept it is if they agree a pre-transfer agreement with Alphonso Davies. That's the only way I accept the fullback not coming in January. Otherwise, you have to get a fullback in January. I don't care if it's Milos Kirkes. I don't care if it's Anthony Robinson. I don't care if it's Luke Shaw's freaking cousin. Someone's gonna have to come in at fullback this specifically left back. Someone's gonna have to come back. 6 over the best coach. The 10s are athletic though. That is true. And yeah, Ahmad. So I don't think Bruno will play there, but we'll see, right? Center backs are awful coaches. That explains everything. I'm trying to think of a good center back coach. Wait a minute, hold up. Ronald Koeman. Yeah. Hold on. That Rodrigo Friday, so we will be there. We might be there. I'm also there for Arda Guler. Let me find out. Arda Guler is available. I will be there. Rodrigo is a better shot though because the left hand side you already have. I'm on the right hand side. Miles, we're connected, man. Where's Rodri connected? Wait, hold up. What is Rodri? Oh, final third. Oh, yeah, true. No, look, no. Casemiro is a better like final third passer than Rodri type shit. Like in terms of like that, what's it called? Like that final ball, the garage stuff like that. Obviously, Rodri's a better final ball player because his instincts stuff like that. But I don't know. It's funny though. Kase clears Bruno at passing type shit, right? Ugarte will do much better in a more organized system. He'll look better, right? It's hard for him to look worse. It's nearly impossible. But is he the best option? You see, Ineos promised me the best in class. So I want the best in class. And Ugarte is not the best in class. Because today, I said that Scott McTominay was the best. Because if you guys watch the Terrace for the most part. I went on that channel and I said, are we sure Manuel Ugarte is a better midfielder than Scott McTominay? Because I think Scott McTominay is actually better. And I don't even rate Scott McTominay like that. But I genuinely think he's better than Manuel Ugarte. I do think Ugarte is that bad. I genuinely do. I really do. So we'll see, right? You think we got any chance we get Davies? I just don't see it. Give me Miguel Gutierrez. Obviously I think Madrid are the favorites for Alfonso Davies, but you never know. Money wise, we'll see what Madrid pay him and stuff like that. But yeah, I saw his price demands. I don't know if it was like real or not, but it wasn't too crazy. It was like 210 bags a week and what is it? Like $8 million signing on fee or something like that. It's not too crazy. So yeah, man. Wouldn't buy Fred back, of course, but I would like to see him play under Amorim in a different system. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Amorim system is the best for Fred personally, but yeah, company. Well, that's not a good coach now, is it? Not the best of coaches. Ineos not getting Ugarte on loan is fine. Yeah, we should have. Uh, we need a Pirlo or Scholes. Yeah, well, unfortunately, United have not been able to replace Paul Scholes or Michael Carrick since they retired. So, yeah, man. How about getting Teo Hernandez? Well, unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see what that win means for Milan over the past week, right? They beat They beat Madrid. They're kind of on a flip floppy right now. Taylor's the captain as well. It'd be pretty hard to get him out of there. If we could, I would love it. I love Teo Hernandez. What a player, right? But we'll see. Alfonso Davies will not be bad either. I don't think Milos Kerkez would be bad either from Bournemouth. I think he's top player as well. I don't. It's not a position where you're not have to go too crazy to spend money in, right? I think you could find a good player that at a serviceable price. That's all United needs to do, in my opinion, right? So we'll see. But yeah, man, we're almost there to the Amorim Era. I can't wait, bro. Honestly, I can't wait. No disrespect to Rude, but when you're just waiting for something, and it's like what's happening, like something is happening, right? We just gotta wait for it. You just gotta wait for it. You just gotta wait for it. It's like, let's say you book tickets for something, right? Like a month in advance, right? And we just gotta wait for it. And that's what it feels like. We just gotta wait for Amorim to come in. And it's a shame that it's international break and we gotta wait 2 weeks, right? Like so annoying. Thankfully, Greece is the best team in the world right now, so I get to enjoy that. But I just want to watch Amorim, man. I just want to see what it looks like. I'm not expecting like crazy success in the beginning, but I just want to see remnants of it. Can I believe in it? Is it something that's sustainable for the long term? That's the type of shit I want to do because for the past year, honestly, I couldn't dip into a tactical bag for Ten Hag because there was no tactical bag to dip into. It was so chaotic and stuff like that. Here we have a fresh start. It's a fresh book. It's like a fresh slate. Get into the tactical bag. Who fits where? Dream lineup. You know how much I've been like withholding to not build like a dream lineup under Amorim because I did it for Ten Hag and it was so bad. I want to do that under Amorim, but I'm just gonna be patient. I'm gonna let him do his thing, and we'll see what we go from there. But it's exciting times. At United right now, and we haven't said that in a long time. We haven't said that in over a year. I know we won the FA Cup and we were happy for a day, but the next day we're like, yo, Ten Hag's still here, right? So how happy can this day be? So it's a fresh start. We just gotta wait for it, and we'll see what happens. But it's good times at United right now. But look, enough about United. Let's talk about some other topics, right? Because this is mostly United channel and stuff like that. Other teams exist. Other matches happened. Other European competitions were played, aka Champions League. I kind of mentioned the city. And I've kind of mentioned Madrid losing to Milan. Certain English club lost again. This time to Inter Milan. 1-0. That's not a shame, but nice little free fall at Arsenal Football Club right now, which I'm liking to see. Liverpool look freaking amazing. That's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Tyrone Mings made the worst mistake that I've ever seen someone play football, which is funny. But yeah, I think football's in a weird state right now, right? I look at football right now. I'm gonna be real. I don't see many teams that I want to like on the weekend, right? Turn on my not my television because I don't have cable, but I have like all the streaming apps and stuff like that. And there's not a lot of teams that make me go, yo, let me log into Paramount right now. Let me go watch, right? Let me log into ESPN Plus. Let me go watch Peacock, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not many teams for me have given me that feeling. I'm not gonna lie. The only team that's giving me that feeling right now, there's 2 teams. One of them is Eintracht Frankfurt because Ekitike and Marmoush is the best two-man step in the world right now. What a duo, by the way. What a duo. And if Marmoush goes Liverpool, I'm crashing out. And another one is a club that I have claimed to be an enemy of mine for life. It's FC Barcelona. Barcelona is the best show on turf right now. It's an amazing show, bro. Lewa, Yamal, Rafinha, Pedri, Kubarsi. It's an amazing. They're like one of the few teams that like kind of restore that feeling because everyone else is mid. If you watch City right now, you'd rather watch paint dry. If you watch Arsenal, other than laughing at the likes of TJ Warren, what's fun about that, right? If you watch Liverpool, it's efficient and not nothing too crazy. Spurs have Dom Solanke, so they're entertaining. Shout out Jacob. Who else is there? Chelsea's okay, but meh. I told y'all about Chelsea. Man, just meh. Madrid is just a clown show to watch. It's hilarious to watch. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like tactic wise. It's not like entertaining wise. You don't see anything too crazy. Bayern, no. So it's like in Serie A, Inter are a good team, but not the most entertaining to watch. Same with Milan. Juve, I think, are under what I haven't really hit that gear yet. So yeah, man, I don't think there's many clubs out there to entertain, so it's a little bit difficult, but it's still good to see. One thing I'll say though is UEFA with this UCL format knocked it out the park. I genuinely feel like they knocked it out the park. It's been absolutely amazing what they've done with this. I think it's been amazing. You're seeing a lot of different matchups. You're seeing some teams get exposed. You're seeing some hipster teams kind of look a lot better. You're seeing exciting matchups. And that final match day, every game's on at the same time. So we're talking about, I think there's 36 teams, right? So you have 18 games going on at the same time. Brother, that is chaos at its finest. And I will be there no matter what. That is pure chaos. It's kind of like, yo, if you watch NFL, like you watch Red Zone, right? Yo, I'm going to need a Red Zone version of that. There's way too many games to keep on at the same time. And every game probably matters in terms of standing from a standings perspective. You're like, imagine that final game is what separates from Real Madrid from being a top 8 team and progressing to the next round as a bye, for example, to the round 16, or Madrid falling outside the top 8 and having to play a extra set of knockout games. And what happens if Madrid get knocked out then, right? It's that kind of chaos. And as sports fans, we thrive in chaos. That's what sports is all about. It's the chaos, the chaotic nature of sports is beautiful to watch. But yeah, man, I can't wait for it. Europa League's the same way. Shit, it might even affect us. Unless United won their last 4 games, I think. Right? Oh, how many games we have left? We played 4, right? So we have 4 more. Or we have 3 more. Shit. What is it? I think it's 4 more. Hold on, let me check. Oh shit, Marseille are losing. Bodo Glimt, Victoria Pleasant, Rangers, that Bucharest. Yeah, she goes into January. God damn. So yeah, we have 4 more games. Who knows what will happen, right? So I think it's an exciting nature. Have they been making that in use? I'm not going crazy. Never mind. And I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if you guys saw this morning. Mr. Killian. Oh, yep. Yo, my questions weren't loading, man. No wonder I was like, yo, what happened to the comments? My bad, guys. We should send Anthony to Nice or Lausanne in January. We need to send him to Flamengo. Carrick was not underrated. Ait Nuri for left wing back. Shout out Ait Nuri. All the Uruguayans I manage are incredible, and that's why I love all Uruguayans. Garza is a very talented boy and has a lot of room to grow. I'm very happy to know that I have him back. Did he actually say that? Anyway, watch that left hand. Back to my analogy earlier. Yeah. Give it up. Doggy hype. I agree. Uh, do you think Rashford suits Amorim's system, Griggs? I know someone mentioned an athletic. All right, I don't think Rashford's the craziest profile for what Amorim like that position needs. I do think he'll work, and I think he's a little bit different than what Amorim's ever worked with. I even argue that he's better than what anything Amorim has had to work with, but not the craziest of fits. But I think Amorim has to adapt to maybe a Marcus Rashford a little bit for right now, and if he wants to go get someone else, that's fine. But I do think there is a world where it works. Um, it depends who the left wing back is as well. But I think he can make. I think it could work. Yeah, I don't think it's not a guaranteed hit and stuff like that. But I think there's ways with that it can work. Mods, that is a guy drawing anyway. Aston talk. Yeah, here we go. We'll talk about Aston, man. Yeah. Nah, it's not reflecting no more. At the end of the day, he worked with the guy, right? So, and he did great jobs with him. And he might be the reason why he got to the big signing. So we'll see, right? I'm not gonna go crazy about that, but now. But speaking of Arsenal, I actually do want to talk about Arsenal because everything I said about Arsenal last year, right? Where I was like, I warned people like Igal, I warned people like TJ. I said you have to win next year, or at the end of the day, you are what you hate. You are spicy Spurs. Y'all remember when CM Punk had that promo with John Cena? Is that you became what you hate because John Cena is a Boston guy, Red Sox, Yankees. If you watch baseball, you know. You became what you hate. And John Cena's time he became the New York Yankees. Arsenal are literally becoming a spicy Spurs because they're not winning anything. And if anything, there's a lot of reminiscence to now where you're seeing unravel around Arteta and maybe unravel under Poch. But at least you can say with Poch. Poch got that Champions League final. Poch also finished second with like 80 plus points. What's the difference with Arteta? And now you're seeing someone like Edu leave, right? When you had Arsenal fans rejoicing, yo, Edu gone, we survived Edu. And then you're like, and then you find out Arteta wants to hire the new sporting director. And then someone made a joke that Arteta's just gonna hire a 6'5" center back at sporting director. And then you see today, Per Mertesacker is potentially one of the favorites for the job. And Per Mertesacker, to some people I know that I think Per Mertesacker ran the Arsenal Academy and stuff like that. And I know one of our boys like is really deep rooted into academy football. Talking about Per Mertesacker, Matt Mid. This is the guy that you're gonna make as your sporting director. That's gonna lead you into this next step of this project, right? And then I look at from my outsider perspective, I look at Arsenal right now. I'm like, yo, they missed their chance. They might get it back. They might get another opportunity. But when I look at them right now, I'm like, yo, yes, they're better than us right now. Right? They're better than us right now. That's fine. But we have a new coach coming in. We have a completely different board. When we all talked about when Pep leaves, right? Who's gonna be next up? And the automatic answer was always, it's Arsenal. It's Mikel Arteta. Now you're looking at it like, yo, are we sure about that? Are we really sure about that? Because I look at a project that's imploding, like JJ mentioned. I look at a William Saliba, mon frère. Madrid's gonna come calling. If Arsenal don't win stuff, how likely is it that Saliba's gonna want to stay? When he's got people like Mbappe tripping in his ear, Chouameni. Bukayo Saka's always gonna say that and stuff like that, right? That's fine. But I look at a team that obviously Odegaard's not there and stuff like that, but any club that their success is predicated and so focused on just one player being there is not a club that's sustainable, in my opinion. So, yeah, man. We'll see what happens, obviously, right? It's not written in stone that they're going to fail, right? They might be able to bounce back. But right now, from this perspective, I look at a team that's lost. I look at an Arteta that needs to undergo a tactical evolution right now because the tactics, brother, are not working. It ain't materializing. He's abandoned everything that made Arsenal exciting to watch 2 years ago, right? That 22-23 season, bro. I want Arsenal to win for the league for a reason, not just because I don't want to see City win and stuff like that. But I also saw a team that deserved to win the league. I saw a team that played in an exciting brand of football because when I was younger, I didn't like Arsenal, but watching this was like late 2000s, early 2010s Arsenal under Wenger. They were exciting to watch. You would turn on your television to watch Arsenal. It would be exciting games. You'd see amazing play from both teams, obviously, but it was great to watch. And that's what that team felt like. It felt like they were the best team to watch in the league, and they were good also. So you're like, yo, they deserve to win the league. And I felt like that. And even last year, they played decent, but I don't think they deserved to win the league last year. Now I look at a team that's just bland. It's dead ass just bland. I actually disagree. I think Saka's gonna look out for his career. I mean, I think he just signed a contract too. I don't know. Maybe Saka leaves, but I don't. The thing is, when you look at who can afford Saka, right? It's only a Premier League club. They ain't selling him to a Premier League club, in my opinion. So, yeah, man. But man, who knows? But it's enough about that Rod Club. I was talking about Mbappe, right? So this morning, according to Romain Molina, not always the most credible journalist, Mbappe is exiling himself from Real Madrid. Real Madrid, yo, the only forward Madrid should be signing the next 3 to 4 years is a striker. But I hear it. Saka the pitch. I just don't see it. But apparently Mbappe is exiling himself from the France squad because he didn't get called up a couple last times, the Champs, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. If true, that's what I'm saying. Allegedly, if true, I look at Kylian Mbappe right now, right? Where in the past we all knew about the negatives of Kylian Mbappe, the drama, all that kind of stuff, the diva attitude at PSG. He got given everything. We know like issues with Neymar and stuff like that. And in a way, the negatives, the positives outweigh the negatives surrounding Kylian Mbappe. Now, he just signed for the biggest club in the world, which means and he's arguably the biggest player in the world name-wise, right? Yeah, everything that's happened with Mbappe the past couple months is just a negative. Nothing good. So now we've reached a situation where does the negative outweigh the does the positives of Mbappe outweigh the negative still, or is it the other way around? That's the question, right? Because people, I don't want to do this Neymar versus Mbappe stuff, but Neymar got a lot of hate in the past and stuff like that. But he was nowhere near. He didn't cause nowhere near the drama that Mbappe does, and Neymar was 10 times the player. So, yeah, man, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird status in football right now. It's been a weird season so far, right? Like Barca are back on top of the world. Arsenal are not good. City are. I didn't even speak about City, but we all know why they're vulnerable right now because of the injuries and stuff like that, and that might be a whole year. But yeah, I do think Mbappe did go to Madrid too late. He thought that Madrid would always be there and it would always be nice and shiny over there. But Vinny stepped up. Vinny took that surge that maybe Mbappe never expected Vinny to take. And now, but yeah, man, football has been weird this season because like people ask, like, look at for example, the Champions League. You're like every this into the season, you would have walked in thinking like, yo, Madrid or City are winning this, right? Comfy. Now you're looking at two teams that, in my opinion, are nowhere near winning the Champions League. I look at a Liverpool. I look at a Barcelona, who, in my opinion, are the two favorites right now. It's crazy. So football is in a weird, really weird state right now. And yeah, man, who knows? Who knows what will happen? Fucking Napoli are top of Serie A. Mbappe just can't handle the pressure, man. So, Inter. Yeah, oh yeah, for Inzaghi tournaments. My bad. I forgot about that. That's a demon. That's a demon. Very weird season. Yeah, it's been a weird season in football. And who knows what will happen? Maybe the weirdness continues, bizarre season, or maybe it goes back to the status quo in a couple months, and Madrid is great again, City are great again. Who knows? Might not. Might is hype. Actually, to be fair, Nottingham Forest. You know what? Since we're having such a bizarre season, why not have Nottingham Forest win the league? Who says no? Because I'm down for it. I am so down for it. Let's have Nottingham Forest win the league. Chris Wood, Player of the Year. Who's down? I'm down. By the way, can we agree Barca high pressing and Bayern playing possession football is utter woke nonsense? I read that wrong the first time. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Barca have always been a high pressing team though. Pep's press was suffocating at Barcelona. Let's not forget, bro. But yeah, man. East Carda's out with it. Let's go. No, big on my boy Mustafa, bro. I haven't seen you here in a minute. Who did you fear in Europa for me? It's Lazio, Gala, Ajax. Ajax look good. Farioli looks like a good appointment over there. Speaking of Farioli, was at Nice previously, hired by Ineos. So maybe they do know a little bit something about coaching hires after all. But at the end of the day, I don't really truly fear anyone other than Bilbao because of my fear of Spain. It's the one team in Europe the one nation in Europe, like in European competitions, I always fear is the Spanish clubs. Other than that, I really don't fear anyone. I don't fear Spurs. I don't fear Galatasaray. It would be incredible fiction and stuff like that. I don't fear Ajax. At the end of the day, I think we have better squad than them. But something about the Spanish clubs, whether we have a better squad or not, they always find a way. So, you know what? It's not even about Nico Williams. It's just the concept of Spanish club in European competition. Not Flick level. Yeah, obviously, they didn't used to press at Flick level because Flick is a demon when it comes to pressing, but they've always been a high pressing team. I'm good. Don't need a Lango. Bro, who cares, man? No. At the end of the day, Alango wins the league. I classify that as a Carrington success story. So, there's hopium at the end of the day. No way to find the Bilbao. No way to find the Bilbao Stadium. Oh my god, it's over. About to crash out, man. Yo, Spurs the type of team to get knocked out by freaking FC 20. That's some type shit, bro. The hatred I have for Sevilla. Oh my god, bro. The hatred I have for Sevilla is so deep rooted into my bones. To be fair, we ended up that was like kind of even, and we ended up knocking them out a couple years ago. Villarreal, I will forever live on David De Gea not saving a single pen. Absolute fraud, but it's not annoying, man. It's just so annoying playing those teams. But you know what? This time we have an Iberian coach as well, though. So they want to go that. They want to go Spanish. They want to go Iberian for Iberian. We got them. But there we go. There goes the camera. But you know, because the last time we won the Europa League, we had a Portuguese coach. Never know. Tyra Malacia will pay. You know what? I said I don't remember what Malacia played like. Now I do. Because that's the last memory I have of him. But yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. We talked about United. We talked about some other topics as well. It's another weekend in football. I think the big game this weekend is Arsenal-Chelsea. Right? Oh, Liverpool play Villa tomorrow. Nice. All right. Then we have Inter Napoli as well for the game for, I think, first place in Serie A. So that'll be interesting. What you oh man, that's a relation. 3-1 United. They're shit. They're actually shit. They're gonna score though, but they're shit. Should beat them. Yeah, and hopefully we go into the Amorim Era on a high. And then Monday morning, Ruben Amorim, and we'll be here. And then we go from there. And then it's international break. And then next week, speaking of next week, international break, we'll be changing up the videos a little bit because there's not really news to talk about. We'll be doing like tier list videos. and stuff like that. International break. Well, I am working. Unfortunately, it is the holiday season now, so I will be a little bit more busier. But I'll probably be doing a lot more different videos during international break. Like I mentioned, tier list videos. I saw a lot of like the ranking strikers of the 21st century, like stuff like that. So yeah, man, we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be there. I know I haven't been as consistent lately, but work's been kicking my ass, man. It's been a busy past couple months. I'm not gonna lie. Are you on Gear Courage hype or a different striker? I'm not really looking at striker right now. I'm looking more at that 10 position next to the striker. I think that's what it is. Busy is good because busy means money in the pocket. So yeah, maybe one day we hit the dream and we're full-time YouTuber. One day, maybe one day we hit that dream. But right now, that dream is not here yet. So yeah, man, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll catch you guys Sunday, obviously for the United game, after the game and stuff like that. I'm not working Sunday, so I'll be there for the match reaction. Yes, as he does work in the Amorim system. Theoretically, he does. But I do think we could do better. But yeah, I'll catch you guys Sunday after the United game, and then we go from there. And yeah. Peace, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy your Friday. Go out, have some fun like me last night. So all I'm going to say is, if y'all from America and you go to Dallas barbecue, go get yourself a Henny Colada. That's what it's all about. Peace.